With the release of COD Ghosts, this marks the 10th straight year with a new Call of Duty game. Has Call of Duty finally matured, or does it still need to grow up? I'm Chezizzle, and this is Tech Rich Games. Now obviously the biggest draw of this game is the multiplayer, like every Call of Duty game. Now I want to preface this by saying I was a huge Call of Duty fan all the way up until Black Ops 2. I fell off the bandwagon and didn't buy the game this year, but I still needed to check it out for myself to see what it was like. And like I expected, I really wasn't impressed with what they did this year. First, I want to say that the spawns in this game are probably the worst spawns in a Call of Duty game I've seen to date. Countless times have I watched people spawn in front of me and I spawn in front of people. It's just aggravating, and you'd think Activision would have spawn systems down by now. But one of my biggest gripes with the game is the level designs. Most of this are used to Activision using the 3 alleyway system to design most of their maps, but they completely threw that out the window and most of their maps are just total clusterfucks. It's really hard to watch your back in this game because literally someone could come from any direction because that's just how chaotic the maps are. Some may enjoy that, but I really don't because I like to be able to watch my back and not be killed by someone from behind every 5 minutes. Along with the level design, the color scale of the levels are absolutely terrible. Too much gray, too much brown. Whoever designed the colors must have been in depression or something, because it's just not a fun game to look at. And even when the levels are vibrant, they're still pretty boring to look at. And the last thing I'll say about the levels is that the characters really blend in this game. You get used to it after you start playing for a while, but when I first started playing, I really noticed that it's kind of hard to see people sometimes. I don't know, I didn't like it, but some people might enjoy that factor. I don't, because, I don't know, I want to be able to see who I'm shooting at. Another thing I noticed right away when I started playing this game was how fast you die/kill people. Now depending on you, this may be a good or bad thing. I really didn't enjoy it because it's way harder to win gunfights, but if you're up to the challenge, you might enjoy it. Now one of the biggest things that I didn't like at first, but it started to grow on me as I played, was the new 10 soldier system and the way you prestige them instead of just prestiging yourself. You play as 10 different soldiers and each can be prestiged, and those are your 10 prestiges for the game. It's something different, and I definitely credit Activision for trying something new and not just doing the same old thing. And of course in this game, the loadout and class systems are amazing. That's one of the things that Call of Duty always does well. Customization of the classes are amazing, and there's so many new perks, it's not even fun. And finally, the last thing I'll say about multiplayer is their use of squad points. I really like how it kind of makes you play an objective even if you're not playing objective type games to earn them. And they're very well needed to unlock everything you want, and I like that you can unlock anything you want at any time, because if I want a gun, I don't feel like waiting until I'm level 55 to use it. So overall, multiplayer is what I expected, but let's move on to campaign. I didn't really get far into campaign, but I've never really got into the Call of Duty campaigns. And when it comes to Call of Duty Ghosts, it's the same shit, different game. But let's move over to Extinction. The trailer they made for it was really good, and it made it look like zombies, and zombies is one of my favorite things to come out of the Call of Duty series. So as soon as I unlocked it, I jumped right into Extinction, and sadly, I was pretty disappointed with the outcome. It's pretty much MW3's survival, but with aliens, and it's just not exciting. It's kind of boring, it's bland. And I don't know, I thought I would get into it and I just couldn't, so I don't know what the problem is there. So overall guys, COD Ghosts is what you expect out of a Call of Duty game. 10 years in, and I don't think they're going to be slowing down anytime soon because these games sell. I believe this game sold $1 billion in 24 hours, which is insane because I didn't think it was going to sell that well. But what do I know? I'm going to give COD Ghosts a 6.5. If you've played every other COD, you've played this one. If you're just jumping into this series, you could either join with this one because the servers are more active, or if you want to play a good game, go over to COD 4. The servers are still great. There's not many hackers anymore. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm Chezizzle. Make sure to subscribe. We have a lot of new content coming with the release of the PS4 in a week. Cade will be reviewing Batman Arkham Origins sometime this week, so look forward to that. And make sure to click that like button because it really helps us out. I'm Chezizzle for Tech Rich Games. Peace.